From translation, Net New English Translation, this 134th day of the year, today we are reading passages 2 Chronicles 13-17, 2 Chronicles chapter 13, verses 1 to 23. In the 18th year of King Jeroboam, Abijah became king over Judah. He ruled for 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Micaiah, daughter of Uriel from Gibeah. Now there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. Abijah went into battle with an army of 400,000 select troops, while Jeroboam deployed against him 800,000 select troops. Abijah stood on Mount Zemaraim, in the hill country of Ephraim, and said, "Jeroboam and all Israel, listen to me. Do you not know that the Lord God of Israel has given David a perpetual covenant of kingship over Israel? Yet Jeroboam son of Nebat, a servant of Solomon son of David, rose up and rebelled against his Lord. Worthless men, scoundrels, gathered around him and resisted Rehoboam son of Solomon, when Rehoboam was young and timid, and unable to withstand them. And now you plan to resist the Lord's kingdom, that is in the hands of David's descendants. You have a huge army with you, including the golden calves that Jeroboam made for you as gods. But you have rejected the Lord who brought your ancestors up from the land of Egypt, and have instead replaced him with gods of your own making. As for us, the Lord is our God, and we have not abandoned him. The priests who serve the Lord are the sons of Aaron, and the Levites assist them. They offer burnt offerings and fragrant incense to the Lord every morning and evening, and they set out the bread of the presence on the pure gold table. They light the lamps of the gold lampstand every evening, for we keep the commandments of the Lord our God, but you have abandoned him. Look, God himself is with us as our head. His priests are with us, sounding the battle trumpets against you. People of Israel, do not fight against the Lord God of your ancestors, for you will not succeed." But Jeroboam had sent forces to surround Abijah's army from the rear. Judah was trapped with their army in front and in back. When the soldiers of Judah looked up, they saw the battle front and the rear. They cried out to the Lord, and the priests blew the trumpets. The men of Judah gave a war cry, and as the priests blew the trumpets, God routed Jeroboam and all Israel before Abijah and Judah. The Israelites fled before Judah, and God handed them over to them. Abijah and his army inflicted a severe defeat on them. 500,000 select troops of Israel were killed. The army of Abijah won a great victory because they trusted in the Lord God of their ancestors. Abijah pursued Jeroboam and captured some of his cities, Bethel, Jeshanah, and Ephron, along with their surrounding villages. Abijah's strength waned and he died. His son Asa succeeded him as king. The time of peace lasted for 10 years. As for the rest of the events of Abijah's reign, all his accomplishments, are they not written in the scroll of the annals of the kings of Judah? There was war between Abijah and Jeroboam throughout his reign. Abijah passed away and was buried in the city of David. His son Asa became king in his place. The land had peace for 10 years. 2 Chronicles chapter 14, verses 1 to 15. So Abijah rested with his ancestors, and Asa his son became king in his place. In his days the land had peace for 10 years. Asa did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, as his ancestor David had done. He removed the foreign altars and the high places, smashed the sacred pillars, cut down the Asherah poles, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord God of their ancestors and to obey his laws and commands. He removed the high places and the incense altars from all the cities of Judah, and the kingdom had peace under him. He built fortified cities in Judah, since the land was at peace. Nothing was attacking him during those years because the Lord had given him peace. He said to Judah, "Let us build up these cities and surround them with walls, towers, gates, and bars. The land is still ours, because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he has given us rest on every side." So they built and prospered. Asa had an army of 300,000 from Judah, equipped with large shields and spears, and 280,000 from Benjamin, equipped with small shields and spears, and they were all brave warriors. Zerah the Ethiopian marched out to meet them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. He advanced to Maashah. Asa marched out to meet him, and they took up battle positions in the valley of Zephathah near Maashah. Asa cried out to the Lord his God, "Lord, there is no one besides you to help in the battle between the powerful and the weak. Help us, Lord our God, for we rely on you, and in your name we have come against this huge army. Lord, you are our God, do not let a mere mortal prevail against you." The Lord routed the Cushites before Asa and before Judah, and the Cushites fled. Asa and the army with him pursued them as far as Gerar. Cushites fell until none remained alive, for they were shattered before the Lord and his army. The army of Judah carried off a huge amount of plunder. They attacked all the cities around Gerar, for the terror of the Lord had fallen on them. They plundered all the cities, for there was a huge amount of plunder in them. They also attacked the tents of the herdsmen and carried off many sheep and camels. Then they returned to Jerusalem. 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verses 1 to 19. The Spirit of God came upon Azariah son of Obed. He went out to meet Asa and said to him, "Listen to me, Asa and all Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you when you are with him. If you seek him, he will respond to you. If you abandon him, he will abandon you. For a long time Israel was without the true God, without a priest to teach them, and without the law. But when they were in trouble and turned to the Lord God of Israel and sought him, he was found by them. In those times when there was no peace for anyone who went out or came in, and many disasters and troubles were experienced by the nation, God's wrath was directed against Judah and Jerusalem so that he finally banished them from his presence. But you take courage, do not let your hands be weak, for your deeds will be rewarded." Asa heard these words and the prophecy of Obed the prophet. He removed the detestable idols from all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and from the cities he had captured in the hill country of Ephraim. He repaired the altar of the Lord in front of the Lord's temple. He gathered all Judah and Benjamin, as well as the settlers from Ephraim, Manasseh, and Simeon who had come to live among them, for they had defected to him from Israel when they saw that the Lord his God was with him. They gathered in Jerusalem in the 3rd month of the 15th year of Asa's reign. They sacrificed to the Lord that day 700 cattle and 7,000 sheep and goats from the plunder they had brought back. They entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their ancestors with all their heart and soul. All who would not seek the Lord God of Israel were to be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. They swore an oath to the Lord with loud acclamation, with shouting and with trumpets and horns. All Judah rejoiced over the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart and had sought him with their whole desire. He was found by them, and the Lord gave them rest on every side. Even Maacah, the mother of King Asa, he removed from her position as queen mother because she had made a detestable Asherah pole. Asa cut down her Asherah pole and crushed and burned it in the Kidron Valley. Although the high places were not eliminated from Israel, Asa's heart was completely devoted to the Lord all his days. He brought the dedicated items from his father and his own into the temple of God, silver, gold, and other articles. There was no more war until the 35th year of Asa's reign. 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verses 1 to 14. In the 36th year of Asa's reign, King Baasha of Israel attacked Judah and fortified Ramah to prevent anyone from leaving or entering the territory of Asa king of Judah. Asa took all the silver and gold that were left in the treasuries of the Lord's temple and of the royal palace. He sent them to Ben-Hadad king of Aram, who was ruling in Damascus, along with this message: "Let there be a treaty between me and you, as there was between my father and your father. Look, I have sent you silver and gold. Break your treaty with Baasha king of Israel, so that he will withdraw from my territory." Ben-Hadad agreed with King Asa and sent his commanders to attack the cities of Israel. They attacked Ijon, Dan, Abel Beit Maacah, and all Kinnereth, as well as the territory of Naphtali. When Baasha heard about this, he stopped fortifying Ramah and withdrew to Tirzah. King Asa then ordered all Judah to carry away the stones and wood that Baasha had used for building Ramah, and they used them to build up Jebah and Mizpah. At that time Hanani, the seer, came to Asa king of Judah and said to him, "Because you relied on the king of Aram and not on the Lord your God, the army of the king of Aram has escaped from your hand. Were not the Cushites and Libyans a huge army with many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you relied on the Lord, he handed them over to you. For the Lord searches all the earth and is looking for those whose hearts are completely devoted to him, to support them. You have done a foolish thing, and from now on you will have wars." Asa became angry at the seer and put him in prison, in stocks at the same time. Asa also oppressed some of the people at that time. The rest of the events of Asa's reign, all his accomplishments, his strength, and how he built up the cities of Judah, are they not written in the scroll of the annals of the kings of Judah? But in his old age, he developed a severe disease in his feet. When Asa suffered from a disease in his feet, he did not seek the Lord's help, but only physicians. Asa passed away in the 41st year of his reign. They buried him in the tomb he had carved out for himself in the city of David. They laid him on a bier that had been filled with various kinds of spices and perfumes, blended by the perfumer's art, and they made a very great fire in his honor. 2 Chronicles chapter 17, verses 1 to 18. Jehoshaphat his son succeeded him, and strengthened his position over Israel. He placed troops in all the fortified cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim that his father Asa had captured. The Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he followed the example of his ancestor David. He did not seek the Baals, but sought out the God of his ancestor David. He walked in his commandments and did not follow the practices of Israel. So the Lord established his kingdom under his control. Indeed, Judah brought him tribute money, and Jehoshaphat became wealthy and great. He was committed to the ways of the Lord. Furthermore, he removed the high places and the Asherah poles from Judah. In the 3rd year of his reign, he sent his officials, Ben-Hail, Obadiah, Zechariah, Nethanel, and Micah, to teach in the cities of Judah. They were accompanied by Levites: Shemaiah, Nesaniah, Zebediah, Asahel, Shemiramoth, Jehinathan, Adonijah, Tobijah, and Tobadonijah, and the priests, Elishama and Jehoram. They taught them in Judah with the scroll of the Lord's law. They went through all the cities of Judah and taught among the people. The fear of the Lord fell on all the kingdoms of the lands around Judah, so that they did not make war with Jehoshaphat. Some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat their silver and gold, along with the tribute paid by the Arabians. The Philistines also brought him flocks, 77 sheep and 77 goats. Jehoshaphat became very great. In Judah he built fortresses and storage cities. He had many workers in the cities of Judah, and they were great men of valor: Adnah, Jehohanan, Eleazar, Amariah, Jehohanan, and Eleazar, along with Meshullam and Nethaniah, and Jehodan, strong men who served in the army. In charge of the army units was Amasiah son of Zikri, who volunteered to serve the Lord, along with 200,000 brave warriors from Judah. Under his command was Eliada, a valiant warrior, with 300,000 warriors equipped with large shields and spears. Next in command was Jehohanan, with 280,000 warriors equipped with shields and spears. Next in command was Amasiah son of Zikri, who had volunteered to serve the Lord, with 200,000 warriors equipped with bows and spears. All these were under the command of the king, besides those he had stationed in the fortified cities throughout Judah.